Takahiro Shiraishi was born on the 9th October 1990 in Zama, a city in Japan that is 50 kilometers away from the center of Tokyo. Shiraishi seemed like a friendly guy to the outside world. Someone who knew him as a young man said he was a quiet child who was able to socialize with others. One of his neighbors described the then 27-year-old as a cheerful, kind and polite man. After graduating high school and quitting a job at a supermarket, Shiraishi began to work as a scout for sex parlors in Kabukicho, Tokyo's biggest red light district. His job was to lure young women into working in the local clubs. Takahiro used the social media platform Twitter to recruit prostitutes. Soon, people began to warn locals about him, describing him as a creepy scout. At the age of 26, he moved back to Zama, his hometown. There, Shiraishi started contacting suicidal people and asking them to come to his house to watch them commit suicide. He used the experience he gathered from his former job to do so. "I want to spread the knowledge of hanging. I want to help those who are really suffering. Please feel free to contact me through DM." His now banned Twitter bio read. Shiraishi, alias Hanging Pro, had 59 tweets on his profile, of which 57 of those were retweets. On his Twitter account, you could find many retweets of cat photos and suicide-related posts. It is safe to say that he developed a kind of obsession with suicide, which is not uncommon in Japan, the country with the 6th highest suicide rate in the world. But for now, let's focus on the actual murders. Shiraishi killed 8 young women, including 3 high school girls and 1 young man, all between the ages of 15 and 26, between August and October 2017. He met his victims at a train station near his apartment. After luring them to his home, Takahiro gave them tranquilizers, sleeping pills, and alcohol and then raped them. Then he strangled the victims to death, separated their flesh from their bones, and threw the flesh out with the trash. He kept the bones in 3 coolers and 5 large storage boxes at his home out of fear that he would get caught. Shiraishi's lone male victim Shogo Nishinaka had been the boyfriend of one of the victims. He was killed after he confronted Shiraishi at his apartment about his girlfriend's whereabouts. The brother of one of the missing women started an investigation on his own to find his sister. He logged into his sister's account, where he noticed a weird chat conversation with another user. He was helped by a woman who remembered the Twitter name of the user. She helped him to set up a fake appointment with Shiraishi. Shiraishi then met her at the train station, where the police waited for him. The officers followed both of them to his apartment. When they arrived, the one officer asked the man where the woman was. He indicated that she was in the freezer. The police found 9 dead bodies in the house, all of them dismembered. They also found belongings of the victims in the recycled rubbish of him, and Takahiro stole cash from them, including what would equate to $3,410. Eventually, Shiraishi confessed to killing and dismembering all 9 people. His motive for the gruesome and terrifying deeds was sex. He made use of the vulnerable state of the victims to manipulate and sexually assault them. Furthermore, he wanted to fulfill his fantasies without the risk of being denied. While his lawyers argued that the victims agreed to be killed, Judge Nakuni Yano ruled this was not the case. According to the television company NHK, he told the court none of the 9 victims consented to be killed, including by silent consent. It is extremely grave that the lives of 9 young people were taken away. He said Shiraishi had committed extremely vicious crimes, but was mentally fit to be held responsible based on 5 months of psychiatric testing before his indictment. On 1 October of 2020, Takahiro Shiraishi was pled guilty to 9 murders and sentenced to death on 15 December. He indicated that he would not appeal this sentence. At the moment, he is awaiting execution in Tokyo. The killing spree has sent shockwaves through the whole country and prompted the government to increase support for those who may be suicidal. Twitter also amended its rules to state that users should not promote or encourage suicide or self-harm on the platform.